Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Yana Kasperczak coming into your live from Ontario of Canada as your certified professional performance and spiritual awakening core energy coach. It has been my soul's purpose to help women, to help you get your shit together so you can break free from the mental prison you find yourself in and build a business and a life and or a career that you are obsessed with, that you cannot wait to wake up to every single day, and that you're no longer obsessed with sleep as a form of avoidance and procrastination when it comes to you living your life and building your life as you dream of, and hope that one of these times that you wake up from your night's rest or a nap, that you'll wake up to that life. But something that you already know, and I know because I've done that for longer than I care to admit, that it's not going to happen that way. Life does not happen without us being intentional about it. Life does not change without us doing something to change. So, on Mondays, I do these card readings. I started doing card readings just for myself initially, and then little by little it became something that I started sharing with everyone through these videos, because it's been so incredibly powerful that I can't even begin to tell you the differences it made in my life. And today I looked at the Animal Spirit deck. And as I looked at it, I'm like, no, I want to do the Witch's Wisdom. And as I picked this one up, this one decided to fall down. I'm like, okay, fine, we're doing two. I hear you, I get it. When we start to pay attention to how the universe communicates with us, this is when we really start to trust the process and trust ourselves and begin or continue to release control. Because control itself, when we're trying to control the outcome, trying to control things in our life or people in our life, we feel out of control. So if you want to feel in control, you got to do the opposite. You got to release control and trust the universe, trust the process, and know that everything happens for a reason. So in this example, this deck fell down. I'm like, you know what? I think there's going to be two great cards from each deck, and I'll go through them reasonably quickly. And without further ado, I'm going to pull out the card from each one, because even though they're different decks, I feel like there is a connection, and I'll just do one single card from each deck, because I feel like there is a connection between the two, because one did not want to go without the other. So it's just how it is today. And I'm pretty sure I haven't done that before, at least not on the live. I've done this for myself. I've even done from three of them. Ooh, this is a perfect time. Yule, Rebirth. The first thing I want to say is this. We women, or I'm going to ask you a question, actually. Did you know that we women, we have 4 parts to our cycle every month? Every month, we have 4 parts to our cycle. Now, they are very similar to the seasons. And if we start to pay attention, every single month we go through the 4 seasons. And then on top of that, there's the annual yearly season, so we go through. Now let's pull out card number 2 that is ready for us. Hyena. Interesting. Okay. So, as I'm going to start opening and going through this, I want to place the seed with Yule, Rebirth, winter. Okay? So, in the winter, there's hibernation, there's preparation, right? You're going within, and you are releasing. In the spring, there's blooming, there's start, there's beginning of the season. In the summer, this is where birth happens, where babies wouldn't in nature be born. There's lots of life, there's lots of things going on. In the fall, you go within, you start to identify the things that you need to work on, and you start working on them. And in the winter, you release those things and you work through and you heal those things that you set for yourself in the fall. And then the cycle continues. So this, we go through the same thing when we are in our cycle of the month. Now, the bleeding part happens to be in the winter because we're cleansing, we're releasing. And then you go into the preparation, into the excitement, and then you go into the season where you can get pregnant again, right? In, late spring, beginning of summer. And then you go into the questioning, oh, what's wrong with me, what I need to work on, which is the fall time. And then once again, you're now in the cleansing, into the purifying, in the releasing and letting go stage in the winter. So Yule, rebirth. Let's pull this up. And Yule, rebirth. Here we go. You wand, now growing with the sun, who's born again. The light has won, with Yule log placed upon the fire. Rebirth delivers heart's desire. The magic is worked with harm to none. So mote it be. There, it is done. Which is wisdom. This is where the funnest part is. Like the celebrated midwinter sun, it's time to make your ascent. You are growing stronger, and an exalted journey awaits. Yule honors the return of the sun's power. Because remember, in the winter, it's not as hot, it is not as sunny. And that's why it's further away. And we're waiting for the sun to come back, to come closer, so everything gets warmer. Yule, where is it? Yule honors the return of the sun's power, a celebration of its rebirth. Your battle has been won, and you can take your deserved place next to the winning Oak King, who reigns supreme at Yule over the Holy King, until they meet again at the solstice of summer. So spruce yourself up, for Yule brings great news of impending rebirth. So your time for rebirth is coming. The sun is coming closer, even though winter is approaching. This is your time for working on yourself, for rebirthing yourself, for really healing and letting go of what is not serving you, what is not for you anymore. And in order for you to have the things that you want, to live the life that you want, you must make space for it. If there is no space for it, it is simply not going to happen. If there is no... Okay, so I just wanted to open up my my video on what is it called, on my internet, on my computer, so I can see. Where were we? So spruce yourself up, for the Yule brings great news of impending rebirth, for a new way of life is just around the corner. Rebirth can come in many forms, such as heading in a new direction, a promotion, a new job, new perception or new perspective, empowerment or enhanced connection with the old ways. The rebirth And these are not limited to just these as well. When it comes to rebirth, it can literally be anything. It could be just the new thought pattern as well, new habit that you start, or an old habit that ends. It can be new perspective, new perception. It can be a new friendship or a cleansing of the old friendship. Some of you might sense what the rebirth will bring, and some of you are already going through it as well. And I would love to hear from either or. How, if you are going through the rebirth right now, what are you experiencing? What's it like? And the reason why I ask is because by you sharing what's it like, what kind of rebirth are you going through, it helps everyone to, it helps the creative juices to flow. It really does. So we can start to get more ideas. It's like if you don't know where to begin, we all need a beginning point or a starting point. And a starting point for many women actually is in the comments of videos like this, of informational podcasts like this, where they hear something and they're not even sure where they are themselves, but by looking through the comments they start to see and understand themselves a little bit more, and then it helps to deepen the concepts and the conversational things that are covered in the actual piece of content. Okay, let's keep going. Whether it is you have been asking for comes to pass when Yule arrives. Sorry, whatever it is you have been asking for comes to pass when Yule arrives. So be expectant that positive and rebirth accompanies you through to the other side, where you will emerge wiser, stronger than ever before. In other words, only good things are coming your way. And if you start to shift your perspective, your expectations of the future from negative to positive, such as, oh, things never work out in my favor, everything, there's always seems to be something that goes wrong, versus everything works out in my favor. Because when I really look at my past and go through my life experiences, that no matter what it is that I went through, that I thought or saw as negative or as bad, that always turned out to be good and positive. I just didn't see the good and positive in it in the moment. So therefore, how true is it really that everything that happens is always bad? It's not. So we start to shift, we start to question everything that we're going through. And sometimes if we can't see the light, just simply saying, universe, I know you got my back. And I know that no matter what it is that I'm going through, that everything always works out in the best way possible. So even though right now I'm not able to see, or I'm struggling to see the best way, the positive in this, I know you will show me, and I will see it when I'm ready to see it. So please surprise me. Shifting your dialogue in such ways where you are reminding yourself that no matter what, good always prevails. If Disney taught us anything, is that good always wins. So, is it fair to say that when it comes to life and existence, that the same concept applies? That good always prevails? That no matter what we go through, no matter what we're dealing with, no matter how bad it feels and seems in the moment, that good always prevails. Even though in the moment it might be the worst thing ever, and you've never thought it would even be possible for you to get over that one day you do. I'll give you an example from my own personal life. This Saturday, we have just celebrated, and we normally don't celebrate because it never felt like a celebration, but we celebrated our in our ways, and we'll continue to grow and evolve in this celebration aspect. But what we celebrated was the 16th birthday of our twin girls that we actually had lost. Stillbirth. Both of them had no heartbeats. I was taken by the emergency vehicle to emergency. My husband followed in our car, going as fast as he could on his own, going through, I can't even imagine what he was going through in his mind. And that was 16 years and 2 days ago now. November 9th in 2008. I was going to say 2028 now. In 2008. And now that it's been 16 years, and it wasn't planned this way, it just happened to work out this way. And now that's why I say, like, if you just learn to trust the universe, that it always has your back, that it knows what you want better than you do, and that it will make it happen. It'll make it happen. So on their 16th birthday, me and the kids, my husband was working. As he said, someone has to pay for it. Jokingly, of course. So the kids and I, we went to pick up our new fur baby. Some of you might have already seen him. His name is Lord Beerus. A gorgeous orange fire Maycoon. And just not that long ago, on March 25th, we had to put down our 16-year-old cat because he was on his last straw. And instead of waiting for him to pass, we couldn't watch him suffer anymore. And now, on their 16th birthday, we get this kitten, which took a little bit of convincing, but it was, like I said, it wasn't even planned. It just, my husband said, okay, I just want you to be happy, so you can pick any kitten that you want, because I was sending him some pictures. And then after he said okay, and I started to realize, I'm like, oh, we're going to pick up our kitten that I've been wanting for so long. And this is one of my favorite cat breeds, and it happened to be the one that my husband wanted. He's like, I'm picking the cat breed this time, and he did, and I'm picking the name because he picked all the names. I'm like, you know what? It works out. I'm okay with both, with the cat and with the name, but of course I picked the actual kitten. So, and I'm sharing this because no matter what we're going through, that sooner or later, the universe shows why it was a good thing. That there's beauty in all and in everything, even and especially from the things or experiences that we see or perceive as bad, as negative, as the worst thing that ever happened to us. In the moment, yes. In the moment, we simply are meant to see the darkness and experience the darkness, the sadness, the grief, the sorrow. And it takes time for us to see the beauty in it, the beauty in all. It's unrealistic. And this is where I'm reminding each and every one of you to not beat yourself up, to accept where you are, to allow yourself to be where you are, that the good will come, that you're not meant to see the good and the positive while you're in the midst of it all, while you are in the actual storm, in a tornado being spun around. Until you have settled and started to recover and catch your breath from that experience, it's going to be challenging, if not impossible, to see the light, to see the positive. It's part of the process. And the harder you fight against that process, the longer it will take you to get out of it. The more acknowledging and validating and understanding and accepting you will be, the easier it will be. Don't fight the process. Be part of the process, and remind yourself that the universe always has your back. Some of you refer to the universe as God or as Gaia or whatever it is that you refer to. It is the ultimate existence. It is something beyond our understanding and comprehension, but there's something beyond and bigger than each and every one of us. So whatever it is that you refer to, know that whatever it is has your back, and it has your best interest in mind. It wants the best for you, but it also knows that in order for you to know the best and to experience the best and really see the best and the beauty in the best, you must experience the worst. You must know what true love, acceptance, and understanding is. And in order for you to know and understand it, you must go through the worst things possible. For us, it was losing the twins. The next one for me was losing the dog that we got from me to help me cope with healing from their loss. And I lost him, we lost him, but I feel like I was the one that lost him on my 30th birthday. And it shattered me. But that was a gift in disguise. There was so much beauty in that. And in order for me to understand that, I had to go through the worst. I had to go through the most difficult times, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in order for me to really understand and grasp the concepts of all human emotions, and that there's beauty in every single emotion that we have at our disposal. I want to remind you that not everyone is capable of feeling their emotions as deeply as you can. There are people who will never, ever experience a depth of emotions that we humans are capable of. They're not going to be able to experience it in this lifetime. But you get to. That is a gift. Instead of trying to banish this feeling or that emotion as bad and I don't want that, what would happen if you accepted it? If you really felt it and understood it and appreciated the depth and the beauty of that deep emotion that you're feeling. So, rebirth is powerful. Now, I know some of you are hopping on now. Hey, Rebecca, how are you doing? Beautiful. Good morning to you as well. I heard it's a holiday where you are. Enjoy your day. I know some people have a day off as well. Actually, Anna is upstairs hanging out with our new fur baby. She came to visit me. She lives about an hour and a half away. So we don't see each other as often as we would like to, but things are going to be changing, our rebirth as well. And she's doing her things and waiting for me to finish and then come upstairs. And then we'll be hanging out and spending some more time together. So she has a day off. It is a day off for a lot of government jobs, but the remainder of the population is working. Debbie says, knowing there is lessons and growing in it allows me to trust more. That's a beautiful reminder. And sometimes that's all we can say, to just allow us to be where we are, reminding ourselves that there is a lesson in everything. And it allows you to trust the process, and growing in it allows you to trust the process. Insecurity itself is, here's how I'll put it. Insecurity, essentially, it is the opposite of you being confident. And in order for you to be fully secure in yourself and in your relationship and be confident, you must experience the opposite. Otherwise, how will you know where more work more work needs to be done? How will you know what's the lesson in there for you? How will you know what the opportunities are for growth and evolution? So that way it's not fake security or feeling secure or fake confidence, that it's true and pure and authentic. In order for you to have those things, the confidence and security, you must know what it's like to be insecure and not confident. That's why it's there. In order for you, and this one I work with women all the time, it's at the core of every coaching. In order for you to have the money story that you want, to have the abundance of money, you must know all the negative, bad stories, thoughts, emotions, and feelings that are attached to money. You must know where it's broken in order for you to fix it, know what it's like not having it, and then know what it's like having it and healing yourself in the process. Not avoiding, but really truly understanding. How do you know what you need to fix if you don't take the time to understand what's broken? We become stronger in our broken places. So if the money story is where you're broken, in order for you to become stronger, you must learn how to spend it as well. And spend it intelligently. That's going to be the key as well. Perhaps there's the spending that's taking place that it's not intelligent, whether it's from you or from someone in your life that's close to you, that there's lack of intelligence that's being attached to it. Insecurity as well. Sometimes it might not be coming from you directly, but from someone else, and you spending time with someone who is insecure, it will try to counteract all the work that you're doing on yourself to become secure, to become confident. So that's what I would say about insecurity. Let me see. Rebecca says, F insecurity, right? Yes, every hard situation, I force myself to see the lesson, learn, and appreciate it, but the pain is still difficult to cope with. It's going to take time. Anna says, yep, I'm here. Hey, Anna. It's going to take time. And this is where allowing yourself to be where you are and allowing time to pass. As I was saying earlier, you must accept where you are and allow yourself to be. And yes, trying to move yourself out of that, so not to wallow in your own self-pity, for the lack of better words, but at the same time continue to move out of that space and remind yourself that the universe has your back, that it has your best interest in mind, that it's there for you and doing everything it can for you, for your greatest good. And what's meant to be for you will be for you. And that it takes time to really understand those lessons and heal from them. There is no, I can't tell you the time limit. It took me 15 years to heal from the loss of our twins. Now on their 16th birthday this year, we got a fur baby where I completely felt pure joy and happiness. And there's absolutely no more sadness or sorrow. And if any like tears that come up, they're from a place of love, pure love and joy, because now I'm able to experience and feel that love and joy at its purest form. And what I feel is the pure form now. Do you know what the fun part of that is? The fun part is that it will continue to evolve and become even more pure and pure. What I think is pure now is still not as pure as it could be. When I get to that pure experience, it's not going to be as pure as it could be, because it'll continue to grow and become much more powerful and potent and more pure. That's the beauty of all of our emotions and feelings. Let me see. Rebecca says, hello, Anna. Nice to see you again. Okay. Rebecca says, I'm a master of insecure. You are not the only one. I wouldn't say every single human being, but most humans are insecure. And the ones that are the most insecure are the ones that are putting on a really good show of pretending to be secure. And they're the ones that are the most insecure. The ones that are telling you, I am so confident, I'm so secure, they're the ones that are usually the least secure and the least confident. The ones that don't have to say it are the ones that are. The ones that don't have to scream it from the top of the mountain are the ones that are. Because they're confident and secure enough in themselves that they don't need to prove it or say it to anyone. They know. That's it. And we all are more than able and capable of getting there. It's a process. But a lot of it is also coming from those default programs that we receive throughout our lifetime that are blocking us, that are not allowing us to get past those points. And the one that is the most deeply rooted, the most personal, is the voice of the gremlin, of the inner critic, which is often referred to as the imposter. And that's what holds a lot of people back from living the life that they know at one level or another that they're worthy, that they're ready and wanting to live it. Okay, now let's finish this reading. Now we're at Witch's Foresight. I know some of you have missed the beginning. I definitely recommend tuning in and seeing what you missed, which is just a little bit. Now, Witch's Foresight. Your past is truly behind you. The difficulties you've endured have made you stronger and wiser. A new way of life beacons. Shine your light brightly. Your wishes and dreams are coming true. Relax in front of a log fire. Oh, I'll be relaxing in the front of a log fire this weekend. We'll be going to the cottage, and I'm bringing my new kitty cat as well. I say mine, I share him, but he's my baby. Enjoy him, Anna, for a little bit. And it helps me in training him to be very confident and comfortable with every person that comes through the door. That's what I want, and I love that in my cats. And I've experienced and learned that from all the cats that I have, of what I want, what I don't want. And like any animal, like any human, an animal, everyone can be trained and essentially retrained if we put enough effort and work and energy into it. Okay, Yule revealed. Know also, as midwinter or the winter solstice, Yule marks the shortest day of the year. This is the time of the sun's return, when the goddess gives birth to the star child on Mother Night, a sacred time of solar rebirth, when we bring into our homes the Yule log for returning sun, mistletoe for fertility, and holy for protection. Now, that was from the Witch's Wisdom. And now let's see how the hyena attaches itself to our Yule rebirth. Okay. Hyena. I wonder if it's in alphabetical order. For some reason, I think not. I'm gonna put a page. With some of these books, what I do is, as I go through them, so I don't have to search for the pages, I write it down. And I also know, here we go, hyena. That way I also know which page it is on, so I don't have to look for it next time around if I do pull this card. Hyena. Humor, wit, sarcasm. You gotta have it all in order for you to lighten up the mood as well. And on top of that, humor, laughter heals. It shifts our mood like this. So, I want to remind you that you are in control of your mood. You cannot blame your external circumstances. I know some of you, that's your go-to. That was my go-to for a long time, and once in a while I still catch myself there. But I am in charge of my mood. And if I don't like my mood, if I'm in a foul mood, I cannot expect anyone to change it for me. I gotta change it myself. And sometimes I can enroll someone in changing it. Example would be I can go on, let's say, YouTube, or YouTube is where you can find a lot of funny things, or maybe someone sent me something funny. I can go and watch something funny to shift my mood, to uplift me, to remind me that life is not meant to be taken so freaking seriously. And sometimes we take it way too seriously. We need to learn to laugh at ourselves and not be so serious and stiff and rigid in ourselves and our approach to ourselves and our approach to life. Learn to laugh at things right now, right here, and not wait to laugh about it later. We'll laugh about it someday. Why wait until someday? Why not laugh about it now? How can you laugh about what you're going through right now instead of someday, instead of later? Find the humor, find the wit, sarcasm. Now, don't use sarcasm to say what you want to say. Don't be passive aggressive. Reminder, I have people like that in my life, and this is where, like, get rid of the sarcasm. Tell me what you want to say. Sarcasm sometimes does not help. And in some cases it does, depending on my mood as well. And this is also like a vicious circle. Sometimes someone affects my mood and it's like, oh my God, I got it, I'll figure it out. And then I'll go and I work on my mood, and then I come back in a better mood. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser. But below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. Don't brush everything to the side. It's another reminder. Not everything is a laughing matter. Not everything needs to be approached in a sarcastic way and brushed to the side. You want something? You want to live your life in the way that you want to live your life? Do something about it. You have one life, and there are things you want to experience in this lifetime that you cannot experience any other time. Allow yourself to experience those things. Don't hold yourself back. If I was holding myself back, and I say we as a family, we wouldn't have our fur baby. Because we could find every and any excuse in the book not to. But our kids are this little and this obsessed about kittens now. Not later, not another later, not when they are all grown up and then we'll get it when it's easier. No, you do these things now. We are living for our kids. Yes, we're living for ourselves, but we're also living for our kids. So what is it that you want to experience with your kids? Because before you know it, they're going to be moving out. And then also, what do you want to experience without your kids while they're here still young, living with you? Because you're also teaching them that it's important for you to spend time with yourself and with your partner and not always be spending time with your kids. You're teaching them how to approach themselves and their relationships when they're going to be adults. Family is important, yes. But it's not meant to be your number one focus and obsession. You're also meant to be an individual in the middle of your family, as part of the family. And by doing so, you teach your kids to do the same. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. There are healthier and better ways to express your truth, to say what you want to say. I grew up with this phrase that to every joke there's some truth. So instead of joking and beating around the bush, say what you want to say from a place of assertiveness and confidence. You want to be confident? You have to practice it. It's not going to come to you just because you want it. You got to practice that. You want to be assertive and not right away jump to anger. You must practice being assertive. And practice not giving in and going down that slippery slope or slippery slide called anger. Assertiveness and anger is a fine line between the two. And in order for you to learn how to dance between the lines, or on the line, not between, on the line, you have to practice that. If you want something, you gotta practice. You want to speak your truth and be taken seriously? Because if you say it as a joke, people are not going to get it. And then you wonder why people are not changing. You got to take some things seriously and stop laughing like a hyena. Right? Stop approaching things as a jokester. You know, for now, it might have worked, but it didn't let you to actually work through things. It helps you to get past things and say what you want to say in a humorous or sarcastic way. But it's not going to be taken seriously because there's humor or sarcasm behind it. You want to be taken seriously, you got to learn how to be serious as well and say what you want to say from a place of love with assertiveness and confidence alongside. Are you using jokes to hide all resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? If you feel uncomfortable discussing something, write it down. What do you feel uncomfortable discussing? Make a list. Seriously, make a list of the things that you are uncomfortable discussing. And then what you're going to do with that list is you're going to use that list to work through your own discomforts, because that's how you're going to build your confidence. You want your confidence? That's how you're going to get it. Card readings I do are not just card readings, are they? There's coaching that comes through because I see an enormous amount of opportunities. Every discomfort that you're writing that you don't want to talk about, that's an opportunity for your growth and evolution, and for you to build and rebuild your confidence, for you to speak your truth confidently, comfortably, and assertively. Practice that. What would happen if you took your goals seriously? Are you taking your goals seriously? Some of you will say, yeah, of course I am. If you are, what are you doing towards achieving and growing into your goals every single day? Every single day. And if you're not doing something every single day, then you're not taking it seriously. Then if you're not taking your goals seriously, then you're not taking yourself seriously, because your goals are yours. Take your goals seriously. Take your dreams seriously, and then you will take yourself seriously. And stop putting yourself on the back burner. Don't use your kids or your life or people in your life as excuses to not go after your goals and dreams. And I had to remind myself of that truth, because I was using them as a buffer, as an excuse. Oh, I'll do it when, they grow up. But there's always this becomes a habit. And I was tired of using my family and my kids and, the way I was living my life as an excuse. And I just did things. You'll still achieve them. Yes, maybe it'll be a slower process, but it's a process. And you go at your own steady pace. It's not a race, it's a marathon. Life is not a destination. It's a journey. Goals are just reminders that you got more to live for, that you got more to do, more growing to do, more experiences to experience. You got one life. Are you living it the way you want to live it, or are you living it the way that you think everybody else wants you to live it? And you're living it for everyone else, or are you living it for yourself? You can live it for yourself and keeping everybody else in mind and taking care of everyone, but putting yourself first. When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring to balance, sobriety, honesty. Be honest with yourself. Stop using humor and sarcasm as a way out, as a way to express yourself. I'll ask you one question. For those of you that are, I did that as well. So this is not me just pointing finger at you. This is also me. How is it serving you? Question number one. How is it serving you? Has it helped you to get the result that you actually wanted and hoping and expected to get? And if not, are you willing to change? Are you willing to take yourself and the things that you want to say, your truth, seriously, and approach them in a serious, confident, and comfortable, assertive way, and speak your truth in that way? These are yes or no questions to make it simple, straightforward, yes or no. And you know what? Honestly, you got to be honest with yourself. If the answer is no, it doesn't mean no forever. It might just mean not right now. But I will also ask, if not now, then when? If you don't make a timeline for yourself, it might never happen. You can sit around and keep saying that I want to go on vacation, I want to go on vacation, I'll go on vacation soon, I'll go on vacation soon. But until you decide when and where, it's not going to happen. So, you must decide and stop laughing about everything and anything. Humor is great. It can heal. It can get you prepared to go and speak your truth. But don't use it as a way to express your truth. Comedians do that, and they do it in a great way. But they do it as a comedy. They do it as a way to share their journey and not say what they want to say. And yet some comedians do. But comedians are experts in that. Not to say that we're not experts, but comedians get what they want out of that. They get paid for it. But if you just want someone to change in your life, they're not going to hear and understand and read between the lines of what you're trying to say. Say it the way you want to say it, from a place of love and understanding. And it's going to take practice. You can learn all these things and approaches on your own. Or maybe you have a great support system, or maybe you're working with an expert that can help you to do these things. But the reason why you're coming off in, let's say, a negative way is because you got a lot more work and a lot more healing to do on yourself. And you are perhaps not doing it, or not doing it enough, or avoiding or procrastinating and hoping that, soon I'll get there. But that soon might not come. And you're putting yourself and your life and your happiness and joy on pause or on the back burner because of some underlying stories that are holding you back from doing the things that you want to do, from living the life that you want to live. And if you're being honest with yourself, as I once had to, what's the word? It's like radical honesty, just like radical acceptance. Radical honesty is important. And for me, the word excuse was the one that I needed to be radically honest about. What was I using as an excuse? Not to do this, not to do that, not to do that. And when I started to really understand just how this was part of who I was being, full of excuses, and someone who was not doing what I wanted to do, not achieving what I wanted to achieve because of an enormous amount of excuses that I had. And then going after each one and understanding each excuse of how true it was, what was I getting out of that. And of course, there was a benefit to many of them. And then there was also some or many disadvantages from each one. And I had to choose which one would I prefer. Some of them I wasn't ready to change, while others I did. And I changed some, and then it became easier to change others. We all gotta start somewhere. Where do you want to start? So, that's it for the card reading. Now, how are these two connected? Honestly, here's how I'll put it. When it comes to rebirth, from the Witch's Wisdom, it can be anything, right? Where it says rebirth can come in many forms, such as heading in a new direction, right? Hyena, heading a new direction, a promotion, a new job, new perception, I'll add new perspective, empowerment, or enhanced connection with the old ways. That's what I would add. Hyena fits right in there, especially after you heard what Hyena is about. So, thank you very much. We'll be seeing each other either tomorrow at the Sacred Circle at 10 a.m. where I will be hosting, or we'll see each other next week on Monday for another one of these weekly card readings that I do live in this Facebook group, Heal the Unicorn, Emotional Healing, Spiritual Growth for Women. And my hope is that each and every one of you starts to get your shit together in the areas where it matters most to you right now. And make your life the way that you want it. Stop waiting around. You're going to find yourself waiting around for the rest of your life. And I'm sure you do not want that. That would be a life not well lived. And you want to live a life that is well lived, where at the end of your life, you will feel fulfilled. And even throughout your life, you don't have to wait to feel fulfilled throughout. At the end of your life, you can live a fulfilling life every single day. And that's my wish and hope for you. And I know it's more than possible for each and every one of you. You might not believe that yet, but I'm here to continue reminding you that if you don't believe in yourself yet, I believe in you. And that's at least one person that believes in you. And until next time, have an amazing rest of your day, ladies. Bye, and thanks to all of you being live on here, and hello to all the new members as well. Until we see each other next time.